Gents, I just want to pause the episode for a moment to let you know about the Strong Men of Value Academy. You will have heard me refer to it a number of times, and I want to bring more attention to it. So this isn't just a program, it's a life-changing environment and community of men who are focused on personal and professional growth. We're looking at areas of relationships, wealth, and health, things to help you thrive and maximize your life. Imagine having bi-monthly one-on-one coaching sessions with myself, weekly group coaching calls, and an incredible brotherhood of high achievers by your side. Now we're diving into resilience, leadership, and holistic growth to not just succeed in your career, but to thrive in your health and your relationships. Your journey to greatness, it starts here. So join the movement and you can apply for the Strong Men of Value Academy. You can head to themanthatcanproject.com to find out more. Before this episode kicks off, one, I want to thank you for investing your time, and I'm so grateful that you get value from the Man That Can Project's podcast. Now, if you want a bit more value and if you really want to be held accountable for those next action steps to take your life to the next level, check out the Strong Men of Value Academy. It is world-class. We help you build a strong mind and a strong body and teach you the tools, strategies, and give you the community to be that best version of yourself. So to find out more, head over to themanthatcanproject.com/strong men of value. And if you feel it's going to add value to you, like genuinely feel that, make sure you apply. And I look forward to welcoming you to our community. Let's get into today's episode. The Man That Can Project podcast, a podcast empowering career-driven men to live more fulfilling lives. We are here to challenge your beliefs, redefine success, and talk about the important stuff in a relatable way. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. My name's Lachie Stuart. Let's get into it. Episode 403. Today, we're going to be talking about how to escape mediocrity. Now, firstly, I've got it up here on my phone in the dictionary. What does mediocrity actually mean? The quality or state of being mediocre. The example being the team suddenly came good after years of mediocrity, similar to ordinariness or commonplaceness. Yeah, nice, quite nice. So then if you look here at the dictionary, a person that is not very good at something or not good at anything in particular, or something that is not very good. When you read that, you're like, wow, I don't want to be that. Not at all. And I think when defining what that looks like, it's all unique and individual. So you need to make up what that is, but utilize what we're going to talk about in this episode to help you get there. Okay. So there's a couple of things that I think are important to think about, which we'll go into detail on. Choose learning and growth versus distractions. That's point number one. 2, seek criticism and feedback rather than just praise. Embrace failure and change your environment. I know I've spoken a lot about changing your environment over the last couple of weeks, but as you guys are well aware of, muscle, momentum, meaning, mateship being the environment key in our 4 pillars at the Man That Can Project. So let's start with choosing learning and growth versus distractions. What does that mean? It's very easy in life to feel like you're very tired, and the last thing you want to do when you get home, for example, is this. If you're working 9 to 5, I know for myself when I was a chippy, before I got into business and doing what I love now, I was working from, 7 a.m., or a bit earlier than that, 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m., till about 3:34 in the afternoon as a chippy, right, as a carpenter. Now, it's pretty physical work. So at the end of the day, the last thing I felt like doing was anything productive. Now, even going to the gym at that time was quite challenging. But if I did manage to go to the gym, I generally get home, have a beer and watch some TV, sleep and repeat. To me, that was mediocrity. If that's not mediocrity for you, that's completely fine. But for me, I just wasn't feeling good about my life and feeling good. So there will come a point in time where you have to start choosing growth, okay, and learning. Once I decided that I wanted to change my life and why it was important to me, I became so excited to get home, and I was staying up till 11 o'clock at night, reading, writing, creating content, doing all of these sorts of things to challenge myself to be a better version of myself, rather than sitting on the couch, having a beer, eating poor food, and consuming crap on TV. It just didn't serve the purpose. So a really important thing is to choose that learning and growth and decide what that looks like for you, right? So within the academy, we have book clubs, we have our weekly calls, we have all these opportunities for the men to grow. Okay. And whether you prefer auditory content or if you're watching this on YouTube, that could be a way. And there's so much information on podcasts and YouTube. It's insane. There's great websites like Udemy. There is Teachable, like all of these ones where you can actually enroll in courses to improve your life, which is also another great thing to do there. So check that out, definitely. Or even attend immersive workshops is another great way there. So choose learning and growth over those distractions and think about actually a good exercise that you could do. Write down things that you want to improve on. And we've actually done this in the academy recently. Each area of life, so the 8 areas, and if you want to find the 8 areas, go on the website. But each of those 8 areas, I suggested to our members that, hey, decide what would be one thing that if you were to learn that in that specific area, it would have a positive improvement on your life. Right, so go through physical health, go through finances, go through partner and love, and write down what would be one thing that you feel is a challenge right now. And if you could improve it, boom, you would be there. Now, in the next box, I want you to find a book, a podcast, or even a course or a coach that can help you grow through that and learn that specific skill. And if you could do that over 12 to 36 months, you're going to be in a great position, right? That's that growth. But obviously, when you're investing time in one place, you're sacrificing it somewhere else. So make sure your time is being utilized to the best of your ability. Let's go to point 2. Seek criticism and feedback. As a kid, you grow up seeking praise, right? It's definitely a motivator when you get that positive reinforcement, that positive feedback. But often what is overlooked is the critical feedback, the stuff that is going to help you grow, the stuff that is also quite humbling. So in order to get better, you need to understand what your weaknesses are. You need to understand how you can strengthen your strengths even. And if all you ever get is, oh, you're the best, you're the best, you're the best, eventually you're going to be mediocre because there are other people out there who are modeling you. They're the ones who are learning where your strengths can be improved. And they're the ones who are also studying your weaknesses. And eventually they'll leapfrog you. So it is very important to be able to get that feedback from other people for yourself. So seek criticism, let's just say constructive feedback from people so that you can figure out what those blind spots are and work to improve them, work to better yourself. Because as we said, this is an infinite game. Who you are tomorrow is going to be different to who you are today. And you get to decide who you want to be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So make sure that the actions that you have, the support network that you have around you is helping you do that. Thirdly, embrace failure. The best way to get your own feedback around what you need to specifically improve on, because nothing is guaranteed. Many people only want to act when there's a guaranteed outcome. Many people fear failure because they take it personally. It's not personal. Failure is not fucking personal. Failure is the best piece of advice or feedback you are going to get in order to achieve what you want. So if you've set yourself a goal and you've failed and you go, oh, I suck. Look at this, just validates why I'm a loser. Well, one, that mindset, that victim mindset is not going to get you anywhere. You need to look at that failure and go, okay, what could I do better? At what point did the wheels fall off? What do I need in my corner? What skills do I need to develop? Do I need accountability? Do I need more discipline? What is it? Because next time you have a crack at it, you can implement that next step that you didn't have. And I'm not saying you're guaranteed to get it that time. There might be another skill or process or something that you need to implement in order to get it. And you may have to have a million cracks. But every time you have a crack and every time you fail, there is some feedback for you. Hand it on a golden plate. You could say, thank you very much. I'm taking that straight to success. The next one is change environments. And I guess I also had change of consumption written down, but I'm going to throw that into learning and growth versus distraction, because really there's distractive consumptions like TV and alcohol, pornography, a whole heap of stuff. And then there is good consumption, like empowering content that may change your perspective and help you grow into a better version of yourself. But environment, as mentioned, I talk about this all the time. who you surround yourself with, what that environment feels like even. Do you feel you're in a productive, safe environment where when you walk in there, you just know that you want to be better. You know that you want to grow. You know, for example, if you're going to a theme park, it's going to be a fun day. It's just that environment. But if you're trying to be an entrepreneur in a really negative, unsafe, scary environment, it's really hard to focus on what you want to focus on because you're not feeling safe, secure, and empowered. You're feeling a whole range of other feelings. So environment is not only just the people that you surround yourself with, it's actually the physical location as well. Right? It's why where I'm sitting right now is the podcast studio. It's not anything else. I come in here and I know, boom, podcast. I got to turn all this stuff on. It's good to go. And here I am doing my podcast. Whereas then there's other places where I like to work. There's other places where I like to do meetings. I go to the gym to train. All the environments there are set up to help me maximize my time there. Okay, rather than having to sort of create energy every time. Because we think about energy. As we said, you go to a place where there's your favorite tunes are playing, you just feel good. You may feel social. You may feel like having a few drinks, whatever it is. You're like, yeah, this is awesome. I could stay here all day. But if you went somewhere where it was terrible music and the vibe was dull and bringing down your mood, you're probably not going to want to stay there. So think about your environments. And let me recap this before we jump off. 1, choose learning and growth over distractions or change your consumption. 2, seek criticism or let's say constructive feedback. 3, embrace failure. And finally, change your environment, not just the people you surround yourself with, the physical location and the energy that it has. So there are 4 points that I have that will help you escape mediocrity. Now, do something today to be better for tomorrow. And thank you guys once again for tuning in. Please leave a review or a rating, whether you're on Spotify, YouTube, whatever it is, and share it. Get these episodes and this podcast out to as many men out there as possible. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to having your ears drop by again next week. Thank you for listening to the Man That Can Project podcast. My name is Lachie Stuart, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful. If you did, please take a moment to rate and review the Man That Can Project on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with our newest episodes. We'll see you again next time.